Welcome back to Euro Football Daily for this week's edition of Euro Transfer Talk. The January transfer window is now well underway and there's lots of gossip flying about, so let's jump straight into it. We start in North London where, despite an underwhelming campaign to date, Kieran Tierney has remained one of Mikel Arteta's more consistent performers from left back. Signed for £25 million from Celtic at the beginning of last season, he quickly became a fan favourite, and this year only Bernd Leno has played more minutes than the 23-year-old. Amongst Arsenal's most creative players this season with 1.3 key passes, despite just one assist to the Scotsman's name, there's belief he could challenge his countryman Andy Robertson for the best Premier League left-back tag very soon. But that's if he sticks around at the Emirates, as despite not showing any indication he wants to leave, Tierney is attracting interest from the continent. And that comes from Serie A club Napoli, who still seem to be sour after missing out on his signature when the 16-capped international plumped for a move to Islington over Italy in 2019. Gennaro Gattuso's side are lacking a consistent left-back, with Mario Rui, El Cid Haissage and Faisal Goulam sharing minutes in that role so far this season. Add to that Rui and Goulam both turning 30 before the campaign is finished, and Haissage seeing out the last 6 months of his deal, then the position could become a real issue at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium. Safe in the knowledge they'll likely have to double the fee Arsenal paid 18 months ago, Aurelio De Laurentiis is planning to test the waters and see if Tierney, touted as a future captain at the Emirates, could be tempted into a move away. It seems unlikely, but if Arteta can't turn this Arsenal side around, then who knows what may happen. But what do you think? How much will Napoli have to pay if they want to prize Tierney away from Arsenal? Let us know in the comments. One player though that Arsenal had considered bringing to the Emirates this month will now be staying put with his current club. Julian Brandt has failed to hit the heights expected following a €25 million move from Bayer Leverkusen to Borussia Dortmund in 2019, with only one assist to show for in just 600 minutes of Bundesliga football this campaign. It seemed Dortmund were willing to let him go this month, either on loan or permanently, with Arsenal leading the race to sign the German international, who is still only 24 years old. Capable of playing anywhere across midfield or the forward line, his versatility would have been invaluable to Mikel Arteta. But events of the weekend mean BVB have changed their stance. Axel Witsel tore his Achilles tendon in their 3-1 victory over RB Leipzig on Saturday, a result that puts them to within 5 points of Bayern at the top of the table and 3 off Leipzig in second, keeping alive any slim title chances they may have. This injury to Witsel leaves them short in the middle of the park though, meaning Brandt will be needed to cover for the rest of the season. Sporting director Michael Zorc even said they will find the solution within and not in the transfer market, suggesting Brandt could be in for a larger role over the back end of the campaign. If Arsenal remain interested in him through to the summer, then he should come back on the market. But Gunners fans, is Brandt the type of player that will solve your problems? Let us know down below. Before we go any further, just a quick reminder to subscribe to Euro Football Daily and hit that notification bell to never miss one of our fantastic Euro transfer talks. We reported on Paul Pogba's future last week, with Juventus having been linked to Man United's one-to-way star. But 1 week on, it looks unlikely that Andrea Pirlo's side will be signing the 27-year-old, and a new favourite has emerged. That side is Mauricio Pochettino's PSG. Having taken the reins at the Parc des Princes just over a week ago, the Argentine is looking to turn his new employers into a true European force, and has identified the World Cup winner for a return to his home nation. But whilst it's no secret that Pogba wants to leave Old Trafford, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is hardly going to let him go for a pittance. So how much are United asking for Pogba? Well, the price tag around Pogba's neck reads £75 million, a fee that if they get would represent a £15 million loss on the world record fee a Jose Mourinho-led Man United paid for the Juve man back in 2016. That isn't a price tag that PSG would likely shy away from, having stamped up almost €400 million in combined fees for Kylian Mbappe and Neymar in recent years. And Pochettino believes Pogba will shine in the same side as the Brazilian and the Frenchman, as well as being confident that the resources available at his disposal are enough to convince Pogba to move to Paris ahead of either Madrid or Turin. Although with a lower price tag, Real Madrid may be more inclined to make a move, having reportedly balked at the £100 million they were quoted when eyeing up the midfielder in recent years. Do you think Poch can bring Pogba to PSG, or is he more likely to end up at Juve or Real? As ever, you know what to do. And Pogba isn't the only star in Manchester that could make a move to PSG, as City's Sergio Aguero has been linked with a switch across the channel. Les Parisiens may already have Mbappe and Neymar in their ranks, as well as the likes of Angel Di Maria and Mauro Icardi in the attacking areas. But Poch sees his compatriot Aguero, who is the top scoring overseas player in Premier League history with 180 goals, as a transfer priority, with his decade-long stay at the Etihad in jeopardy. The 32-year-old, whose 12 hat-tricks is also a Premier League record, sees his contract expire this summer. And with current boss Pep Guardiola saying Aguero has to earn any new deal, there is no clarity on his future before the end of the season. With injuries starting to mount up and having undergone knee surgery before this campaign got underway, Aguero has made just 3 starts in all competitions for City, and only 260 minutes of competitive action, scoring only twice. PSG are one of only a few clubs that could shoulder his $240,000 a week wage, and if he finds full fitness again, then signing Aguero will seem almost like a no-brainer. And of course, having now entered the final 6 months of his deal, he is able to sign a pre-contract agreement with any club outside of England. This is certainly one to watch. Time for another Dayot Upamecano update, as yet another side has entered the race for the promising Frenchman. It's been well documented for a while now that the 22-year-old has a €42 million release clause in his RB Leipzig contract. That becomes active this summer. So a number of sides have been linked with him as they look to rejuvenate their defences. Joining the likes of Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Man United and Real Madrid in the hunt for Upamecano's signature is Chelsea. Whilst Thiago Silva and Kurt Zouma have been Frank Lampard's chosen partnership at the back, Silva is already 36 years old, whilst doubts have been cast over the futures of Antonio Rudiger, Andreas Christensen and Fikayo Tomori at Stamford Bridge. This would continue a pattern of Lampard investing in his defence, with Silva, Ben Chilwell and Edouard Mendy all bought during the summer window, as Chelsea have improved to having the 3rd best defence by expected goals in the Premier League this season, although they have conceded 3 more than the stats suggest. But we want to know who you think Upamecano will sign for when clubs can have him this summer. Get your thoughts down below. To La Liga next, where it seems that Atletico Madrid have all but secured the signing of Lyon's Moussa Dembélé. The 24-year-old has scored just 1 goal in 16 Ligue 1 appearances this campaign, struggling to displace one of Kadewere, Depay or Karl Toko Ekambi across the front line. Reportedly, Dembélé approached sporting director Juninho with his desire to move on, and very quickly a deal has been made with Diego Simeone's side as they look for their Diego Costa replacement. Atleti are currently top of La Liga, so some extra firepower will be very much welcomed, whilst Lyon, who are currently a point ahead of PSG in France, now have to contend an unlikely title challenge without a player that has scored more than a goal every other game over the last 2 seasons. A tough ask indeed. Our final story this week takes a look at Real Madrid striker Luka Jovic, who is reportedly getting frustrated with his lack of game time under Zinedine Zidane. With just 2 goals in 32 matches in all competitions, Zidane has lost trust in the Serbian international, and will not stand in his way if an offer comes in for the 23-year-old. The club most likely to make a move for Jovic at this moment are Wolves. Currently without striker Raul Jimenez, expected to be out of action for another 2 months as he recovers from a fractured skull, Nuno Espirito Santo has had to rely on teenager Fabio Silva to lead the line. With almost guaranteed game time at a team harbouring dreams of European qualification, if the move is there for Jovic to make, there's no doubt he should take it. So guys, that was Euro transfer talk for another week. What did you guys think of the stories? Do you actually see any of these happening? Let me know in the comments down below. As I said earlier, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and click on screen for another great video, and I'll see you next time.